good?
Yeah, we're good.
And welcome to the Maglio Gymnasium. I'm Ben Chadwick, joined by Braden Tankowitz, and today we have the St. Joseph Falcons going up against St. Benedict Prep Gray Bees. And today, arguably St. Joseph's toughest matchup that they'll have all season this year, Braden, in St. Benedict's star-studded lineup. And in my opinion, Ethan Simmon has been the star player for St. Joe's all season, but he cannot be the only contributor to this game. Who do you see stepping up for St. Joe's if they're going to try and get this W tonight?
Yeah, I can see Josh Ingram really stepping up. He's a really good shooter, and definitely need a lot of scoring today against a really solid Benedict's team that plays very good national teams.
Definitely. The starting lineup for St. Joe's is going to be Anthony Williams, Josh Ingram, Darren Tuck, Ethan Simmon, and Davey Caruso. And Williams will get the tip, going up against the 6'9" junior Laji Kaililu Dembele.
Williams does not attempt for the tip.
Yeah, that's a rough tip to try and get for Williams. So it's going to be St. Benedict's off with the ball first. And that's number 11, Jalajan Grant. Three-pointer no good. Darren Tuck on the other side. Tuck, spin move no good. Anthony Williams shuts up with a putback. St. Joe's on the board first in the Maglio. Jet Dobbs being double teamed. It's going to go out to Ty Johnson. Johnson, three-pointer no good. Johnson, the drive in, that's going to be good.
Too easy for Johnson there.
Davey Caruso for three now. That's no good. Rebound by Jet Dobbs. And Laji Kaililu Dembele on the other end.
This game already off to such a fast pace. Lots of full court press, lots of breakaways.
Yeah, both teams
Simmons
really
with the jumper and the miss. Rebound by Grant. Johnson will pass it out to the corner, miss. But they will get their own rebound. Back inside, and that will be good.
St. Joe is off to a bit of a cold start here. Davey Caruso breaking some ankles, getting the three-pointer, 6-5.
The crowd loves to see it. And the block by Tug, but they're going to call that a foul.
So like you said, a real hot start for both of these teams. They're off to a quick 6-5 score in the first minute and a half.
Very fast pace. One thing I will say, though, is a problem for St. Joe's tonight will be Laji Dembele, the 6'9" forward at the line. He's been grabbing a lot of boards tonight. Will be tough underneath the stop.
Yeah, Dembele is their second leading scorer, 17.3 points per game, 11.8 rebounds, which leads the team. He also played for Mali's FIBA U19 team in the World Cup just last year.
But he will miss both free throws, and Simmons will get the rebound.
So Tuck now over to Ingram. Josh Ingram working it around over to David Caruso. Simmon now. Ethan Simmon, what a drive! Simmon takes the lead for St. Joe's. 7-6 Falcons lead. Over to Jalajan Grant. No good. Team is 0 for 3 on three-pointers now as Ethan Simmon will bring it up on the other end.
St. Benedict struggling with the three right now. Missed a total of 4 so far. And Tyler Johnson will have a fast break, and he will put it in.
Yeah, we'll call it an almost dunk there for Ty Johnson.
Ty Johnson will be the key factor for Benedict's tonight.
Oh, definitely.
Ranked number 8 in the junior class for New Jersey at guard. Has offers from DePaul and St. John's and some interest from other colleges like Seton Hall, Pitt, and Memphis.
Yeah,
definitely a solid player.
He's the Gray Bees' leading scorer with 30.4 points per game. Had 32 points in their last recorded game. 7.2 assists, 4 steals a game. Also averages 7 threes a game.
Definitely.
So he's just an all-around leader.
Definitely impressive for playing at such a prominent program like Benedict's. They've had lots of guys go into the NBA.
Yeah, we really could be seeing another one here. if he picks it up in college, wherever he decides to go. Only a junior, too. So it'll be Grant taking the ball up.
5 minutes left on the clock.
The three there from Ty Johnson. That's going to be an air ball from the 3-star.
Very rare air ball there by Johnson.
So they're 0 for 4 on the game now from the 3-point line. Josh Ingram going to try and answer back, and he will not. Off the rim and out. Ty Johnson, the quick drive. Great pass over to Grant for 3. Another missed 3-pointer. 0 for 5 are the Gray Bees.
Tuck will take it quick up court to Ingram in the corner. Ingram with the shot. And that is good!
St. Joe's up 10-8 with the help of Josh Ingram and David Caruso's 2 threes.
Nice pass there by Johnson to give it up to Lodgy.
Kailulu Dembele could really be a threat for St. Joe's as they don't have a lot of height. And you'll see it right there.
Nice block
He
there.
blocks a shot on Darren Tuck.
Lodgy has a huge height advantage over anyone on the court right now.
Darren Tuck is about 6'4", 6'5", and Kailulu Dembele is 6'9".
Ethan Simmons, who's pretty tall, is looking small right next to him.
Tuck now over to Simmons. Simmons. The drive is good. St. Joe's up 4. Halfway through this first quarter. This is a massive game for St. Joe's and St. Benedict's, honestly. St. Benedict's only has 1 loss in the year. 12-1 is their official record.
This is probably the toughest game of the year for St. Joe's.
Call it 0 for 6 on 3. The block by Simmons. Jet Dobbs couldn't get it to go, and neither could Dembele. Simmons for 3. No good. Rebound by St. Benedict's. Ty Johnson on the other end.
Ooh.
A spin move by Ty Johnson.
Ooh.
And one by Tyler R. Johnson.
Ty Johnson's just showing how crafty he can get under the rim. I mean, he just did a 360 past 2 defenders there.
Yeah, the spin move up and under for Ty Johnson.
What a play.
He'll try and make it a 3-point play right here. To take the lead as the score is tied 12-12. Just around 3 minutes and 18 seconds left to go in this first quarter, and he will make that free throw. 12-13, St. Benedict's leads the St. Joe's Falcons. Josh Ingram in that spot he's been in all game. Amari Campbell. They're going to call it out of bounds on Campbell after a rough pass. So St. Benedict's ball. Also a little bit of history between St. Benedict's head coach and St. Joe's. Mark Taylor was a former head coach at St. Joe's. He's been with St. Benedict's for a while now, has a 274-36 record with the Gray Bees. What a move by Ty Johnson. What a pass over to Dembele.
He is special. What a pass.
It'll be Campbell trying to answer back. Amari Campbell loses the ball.
Ty Johnson getting his hands in there, and the crafty layup again.
Up and under once again for Ty Johnson. St. Benedict slowly running away, and another out-of-bounds call on St. Joe's.
St. Joe's looking sloppy the last few possessions, and now Benedict's will be up by 5 with 2:25 left to go.
They had all the momentum, a 4-point lead on the number 4 ranked team in New Jersey. And now they're down 5 with around 2:15 left to go. And those threes still aren't hidden despite the momentum for St. Benedict's. Dembele for 3. Air ball from Dembele. Simmons gets it knocked out, but he'll recover. Get it over to Ingram. St. Joe's down 5, trying to get some momentum back in their favor in this game. Williams back over to Ingram. Ingram working the ball around Simmons now. Guarded by Ty Johnson, the 2 stars in the court tonight. Going ISO right here. Simmons over to Williams, over to Tuck. Tuck, no foul call, but he will get the bucket.
Tough lay there for Tuck, but You worked through it.
A little bit surprised about the no foul call, but nonetheless, Tuck gets the bucket. 17-14, St. Benedict's is up. The air ball layup from Ty Johnson. But they're going to call an out of bounds on St. Joe's after the rebound. And St. Joe's is arguably a little lucky right now that they're missing all these threes, so they really have to take advantage of this before they start hitting them. As the post move
from Grant
by Jalajon Grant gets around 5 points per game, had 9 points in their last recorded game, and he's got 2 tonight. Simon guarded by Dembele. Simon for 3 over Dembele, no good. Rebound by Everton Brown. St. Benedict has yet to make a substitution. St. Joe's only subbed out Amari Campbell for Dave Caruso as Ty Johnson gets a tough bucket over Campbell.
St. Joe's really has to find a way to stop Johnson tonight. If he keeps doing that, Benedict will have no problem winning this game.
Great play, though, by Amari Campbell there, 21-16. St. Joe's down 5. Just around 25 seconds up. We'll see if Ty Johnson wants to take this last second shot. And it looks like they're gonna. So the quarter will come to an end with this possession, it looks like. 10 seconds now on the clock. Ball is lost by Brown. Chucks up a 3. Once again, no good. Dembele gets the shot up, but it won't fall. So that is the first quarter here in the Maglio Gymnasium. St. Joe's 16, St. Benedict's Prep 21 after the first 8 minutes.
Not a bad start for St. Joe's.
I think it's a great start, yeah. Only down 5. You've had a back and forth year compared to what you were expecting preseason. This is a top 5 team in New Jersey according to Max Preps. So down 5 in your own gymnasium is not bad, especially with how many threes they're missing right now.
I mean, St. Joe's is missing a lot of threes, but on the other end for Benedict's, they're also missing a lot of threes. I don't think they've made one yet today.
They haven't, yeah. I think they're 0 for 7.
And they're usually a really good shooting team, so we'll see how this second quarter goes. Hopefully it will stay that way.
And this is the question I always like to ask. Is there anything St. Joe's could do now? Usually I'm asking about the other team if they can come back, but St. Joe's now trailing in this one. Is there anything, if you're Coach Jan, what do you tell your team right now? Do you keep the game plan going and hope shots fall your way, or do you change it up a little bit?
I like the game plan so far. I just think one thing is they need their best defender on Tyler Johnson right now. I mean, he is unstoppable.
Definitely.
He's crafty, fast. He gets to the rim quick. Great passing abilities. I mean, he has everything. Yeah.
Is there any kind of game plan you could really have for Dembele at his height compared to your tallest player? Is there really any strategy going into that, or just hope that he doesn't get in the paint?
I mean, I guess get as physical as you can. Maybe you'll draw an offensive foul.
Yeah,
but there's not much you can do. Big height difference.
That's definitely an interesting variable St. Joe's is going to have to deal with all night tonight. As we start off the second quarter, as Ethan Simmons is going to take the ball up, guarded by Grant. Tuck now. The ISO on Dembele. Over to Ingram. Ingram, a couple pump fakes. Over to Darren Tuck for 3. That's good for Darren Tuck. Good start for St. Joe's. They're doing a press man. Keeping the press man on him. Maybe the thought is that they're going to try and find an open 3 and kind of force them to take it, especially the way they're shooting tonight. St. Joe's down 2. Ty Johnson, guarded by Amari Campbell. Working it over to the left corner.
Great defense here by Joe's.
Real great defense, definitely is. Grant, blocked by Josh Ingram. They're going to call a foul on Ingram. Now, honestly, I thought it might have been a foul on the first couple steps after he bumped him, but since they didn't call it there, they definitely shouldn't have called it at the end on that clean block. So
unless he was trying to make up for that, not calling there.
He might have been trying to make up for it, a late call. Either way, it'll be Jalajon Grant to the line, has 2 points already in this game, going to try and make it 4 for the Gray Bees, extend this lead. He cannot with the first shot. .706 left to go in this first half, as the second free throw will fall. for Grant, and Simmons will take the ball up for the Falcons.
Tuck will work his way through underneath, and we'll give it out to Anthony Williams.
It looks like he was struggling a bit out there on Grant. Ingram for three, no good. Campbell can get the board, and instead it will go to Grant. Campbell almost gets the pick, but unsuccessful.
Johnson with a miss.
And Dembele is just out-muscling him. Tuck.
Snatch block, but I think they're going to call a foul there.
It is going to be a shooting
Tuck.
foul on Tuck. And we'll see how good Dembele is on free throws. Usually the taller you are, the more difficult they can be.
I do like how some of the St. Joe's guards are playing very aggressive on Dembele.
Yeah, you definitely have to, because I mean, he's just going to go up and over you. There's nothing much you can do about that. First one is no good.
The flock really giving him a hard time to get a shot off here.
Definitely, yeah, and St. Joe's needed this block tonight, and they came out. This is the biggest game St. Joe's will play all year, at least in the regular season.
Yeah, maybe the GMCs will see St. Thomas again or Colonia, but it's not going to get much harder than this.
Second free throw will fall, so it's a 4-point lead for St. Benedict's. Just around 6:25 left to go in the first half. Simmons. Over to Owen Griffin. Griffin will check in. That gives a little bit of height for St. Joe's, maybe strategy for Dembele. Campbell looks like he's going to get pushed out of bounds. So they'll call a foul right there on Amarion Dobbs. And it'll be an inbound for the Falcons.
Tyler Johnson not in the game right now for Benedict.
Yeah, neither are Anthony Williams or Josh Ingram. Both checked out for Kwame and Owen Griffin, like I mentioned before. So Ethan Simmons, Darren Tuck, and Amari Campbell are the only three starters for this St. Joe's team now.
Harrell will have a tough time getting the dribble off right now.
This is real sharp defense from both teams. Campbell gets blocked. Boarded by Griffin.
Griffin throws it right into the bench, nowhere near. And that'll be a turnover for St. Joe's.
Yeah, I couldn't really see the passing lane. Maybe a bit of a miscommunication there for
Tyler
Owen Griffin.
Tyler Johnson will be back in the game now for Benedict. Short stint on the bench.
Gets like a 40-second break, and he gets right back out there. They're not taking any chances in this game. Grant. Good defense by Campbell. Simmons. Johnson now guarded by Kwame Herod. The mid-range from Dembele is no good. Tuck now on the other end for St. Joe's. Amari Campbell guarded by Grant. Grant has been a lockdown defender for the Gray Bees all game today. And he's back on Campbell on the other side.
Great defense here by Benedict.
Campbell over to Kwame. Kwame, the three is good. And no offense to him, but Kwame is not known to be the greatest shooter.
Benedict will call a timeout here
on this St. Joe's team, but he gets it done right there.
That'll be great momentum for Joe's coming off this timeout.
Oh, that's awesome. To have a guy like Kwame, who's mainly your physical defender, and he hits a three to get you guys down one in the game, that's a huge momentum boost.
For Joe's, this is one of their toughest games of the year, but really for Benedict, they don't look at this game as like a tough one, considering they've faced a lot of teams nationally.
Yeah, especially who they played, like we said before, Blair. They won. They beat Hunn before, and they also played a team, Westtown High School.
Yeah, their only loss on the year.
In Pennsylvania, who is home to Derek Lively, the second, who is also the highest ranked player in this senior class, a Duke commit. And if that's your one loss, that's a pretty good team you have there. If your only loss is to the best player in the country.
And I think that loss was only by single digits, so really impressive.
Dembele quickly on the other end with the dunk for St. Benedict's.
And there will be an N1.
Yeah, they're calling N1 on that. Foul on Amari Campbell. So 4:34 left on the clock in the first half. St. Joe's down 3, possibly 4 after his free throw.
Quiet start right now for Ethan Simmons, St. Joe's star player.
Yeah, only about 2 points. He scored early in the first quarter. Haven't seen him since.
He is in though right now, so we'll see what he can do.
And I will be shocked if he comes out barring injury or anything like that. He is this team's best player and leader. He's not coming out anytime soon. Owen Griffin going to work on Dembele, no good. Kwame with the putback, also no good. Dembele gets the board. Tyler Johnson working on Kwame. Some nice handles there from Ty Johnson. I see why he's a 3-star. 3-point is no good, however. St. Joe's ball after it tips off Dembele. And Josh Ingram and Davey Caruso will check in for Darren Tuck and Amari Campbell. So 2 of the best shooters, I would say, on this team, besides Ethan Simmons, of course. Davey Caruso and Amari Campbell. We can see a barrage of 3s upcoming here for St. Joe's. And Simmons almost takes one right there. But instead he'll give it over to Kwame. Kwame, pass is tipped and out of bounds.
Risky pass there by Heron. And Caruso will inbound for St. Joe's.
And he's just going to toss it over the other side of the court to Ethan. Simmons over to Ingram. Guarded by Ty Johnson. Ethan Simmons driving in the mid-range as the signature is no good. Rebound by Grant. Grant on the other end now. And that's going to be another foul called on Owen Griffin. That'll send Jalajan Grant to the line. I might be butchering that name, but I'll just call him Grant from here on out.
Grant, good on the free throw. You'll have one more at the line. St. Joe's down by 4 with 3:14 left to go. Grant on the second attempt, and it will be good. Grant makes both free throws, as they will gain a 5-point lead now.
Kwame in the trap. And they'll call a timeout by Coach Jan. St. Joe's down 5, 3 minutes left to go in the first half, and this is a great spot. In my opinion, I thought it would have been a little bit of a bigger lead at this point in the game, but St. Joe's is holding on.
Yeah. Only down by 3 right now for St. Joe's is very impressive to me, as Benedict's is no easy game.
Yeah, and these two teams have met twice in the past 11 years, and St. Benedict's is 2-0 against St. Joe's. They also just played last year, which St. Benedict's won 75-68. St. Joe's only took a 7-point loss in that game. So St. Joe's has always kept it close, never able to get that win, but they've always kept it close with the Graybees. They're gonna try and get that first win.
Yeah, Benedict's has had their time to shine as a great program, but St. Joe's has also been a great program in recent years. I mean, they've won a few GMCs, and they were GMC champs and state champs with Karl Anthony Towns on the team.
Definitely, and
current NBA superstar.
Speaking of superstars and alumni, St. Benedict's has a few guys that people might know. J.R. Smith, Precious Achua, who's currently on the Raptors, C.J. Wilcher, who is currently on Nebraska, Lester Quinones, who is on Memphis, and former NBA player Isaiah Briscoe.
Yeah.
Are just to name a few from St. Benedict. So both these teams have an incredible history with the NBA. Of course, St. Joe's, Carl Towns, Jay Williams, Andrew Bynum, just to name a few.
Also had Marcus Towns in the Final Four in that Loyola Chicago run.
Yeah, Marcus Towns, Brian Tyree, played for Ole Miss a little bit. Tyus Battle on Syracuse.
I believe he's on the Heat now.
Yeah.
Brian Tyree. Yeah, definitely 2 programs with lots of great NBA players
For sure.
and college players. Achua played with James Wiseman, who's now on the Warriors at Memphis. Wilcher had a short stint at Benedict until he went to Roseville Catholic, where his brother is now. So definitely amazing players coming out of both of these schools.
And there's the alley-oop slam by Kalulu Dembele. As they're going to take a 29-22 lead now.
That's very hard to stop for someone just so athletic like him at his size. To be able to do that. Anthony Williams with the turnover there.
Yeah, Dembele with the steal to count it. Tyler Johnson, an effective screen right there by Dembele, but no fruit to it for a tie on the mid-range. But it gets stolen
by Tyler Johnson. And he will go in for the left-handed layup.
Well, he almost, I don't know if you saw that too.
He almost missed that, yeah.
That was a pretty open layup that he put a little spin on. Nonetheless, it drops.
St. Joe's now will be down by 9 with 1:55 left to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, they've lost it a little bit in the second half. Second half of the second half.
Yeah. Benedict's pulling away so far.
Gonna really have to get something going.
St. Joe's really has to just like lower down on the turnovers. I mean, they've had a few turnovers here in this stint.
Yeah, this defense too has been impeccable by St. Benedict's. Ethan Simmons. The block by Dembele on Tuck. And Tuck will lose the ball. Ty Johnson on the other end. It's a 4v3. It'll be a foul call on Dembele. They're going to call that an illegal screen that he set on Ethan Simmons.
Yeah, Simmons was sprinting down court. It looked like Dembele just stopped at the center line.
St. Joe's will get the ball back. 1:33 left to go in this second quarter. Falcons down 9 to the Gray Bees of St. Benedict's Prep. Once again, the two stars will go at it. The ISO between Simmons and Tyler R. Johnson. It'll be Williams now. Looks like they switched over from a man to a 2-3 zone as well.
Mm-hmm.
That could be why they're getting all these turnovers. So a great switch there by Coach Taylor.
Another turnover almost, but it looks like it'll be a kickball on Benedict. So St. Joe's will still have the ball here.
Davey Caruso now. Just about a minute to play on the clock. Caruso guarded by Jet Dobbs. Darren Tuck, the mid-range no good.
Nothing falling here for St. Joe's.
Grant on the other end, the and one layup.
Tough lay there for Grant as he will get the and one.
Grant only averaging 5 points per game, but he's got 9 already on the night. So he's a big factor that I'm sure they didn't expect to be going off like this tonight for St. Benedict's. St. Joe's down 11, possibly 12 after this free throw. So there's going to be a lot said by Coach Coco Ziello in that halftime locker room. And the free throw will be good. Falcons down 12.
Turnover there by Simmons.
Picked off pass, and St. Joe's just can't stop it. Grant with the bucket on the other end after a failed alley-oop.
This is getting ugly here.
Yeah, the turnovers have been the death of St. Joe's. That first half was close. The first half of the second quarter was also really close. But ever since I switched over to this 3-2 zone, it's been an absolute blowout. And another turnover for St. Joe's.
Simmons with 2 turnovers in a matter of 30 seconds. And Dembele with the one-hand slam.
Behind the back pass from Tyler R. Johnson. Dembele, the posterizer on the other end. It's a 16-point lead for St. Benedict's with 12 seconds left to go.
Coach really needs to say something to the team at halftime.
I mean,
they look lost.
They got to figure out a way to beat this zone defense because it is tearing them apart right now in these last few minutes. And
another turnover.
St. Joe's cannot keep the ball. The deep shot by Ty Johnson is no good. And that will end the first half here in the Maglio Gymnasium. It was close for a long time, but in those last few minutes of the second quarter, St. Benedict's pulled away by 16 points, 38-22. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
And we are back live for the second half here in the Maglia Gymnasium between the St. Joseph Falcons and St. Benedict Prep Gray Bees. St. Joe's had an incredible start in the first quarter and a little bit of the second quarter, but absolutely fell apart when it came to facing that zone defense, as they are now down 38-22 coming in to this second half. And Braden, if you're Coach Brand in that halftime locker room, do you find a way to beat that zone defense? Do you find a way to get better on defense, like of your own? Like what is the game plan here coming into the second half against a team like this?
Honestly, I don't know, because being down by 16 going into the second half against a defense that's been unstoppable, I don't really know what you can say.
Yeah.
I guess you can try to make adjustments, but it's going to be really tough.
Also worth noting, Ethan Simmons had the block there on Dembele, and Josh Ingram will airball that three-pointer. Ty Johnson, the three-pointer is
That almost looked like it was a walk there.
Yeah, it might have been. Nonetheless, they're going to give it to him. Darren Tuck.
Will miss the tough lay, but Caruso will get the rebound. Out to Simmons for three, and that is cash.
So Ethan Simmons answers right back. St. Joe's going to need a lot more of those if they want to come back in this game. The lead is still 16, but with a score of 41-25 now. Just about a minute into the second half. Russo over to Grant.
That'll be an air ball.
Caught by Ingram. Darren Tuck going to take it to the lane, poked out by Ty Johnson. Johnson is just so shifty and so quick as he gets the reverse lay over Josh Ingram.
It's getting really ugly for St. Joe's.
Yeah, they're gonna need some points. They're gonna need them real quick. Only 14 minutes of play left to go. Ethan Simmons for three. That's no good. Anthony Williams gets the rebound, however. They're fighting for the ball. Williams will get the jump ball for St. Joe's. Great hustle there by Williams. And possession arrow will keep it with the Falcons. Simmons with the ISO on Tyler Johnson. Davey Caruso back over to Simmons. Caruso over to Josh Ingram. The Ingram three is good. So 15-point lead now for St. Benedict's Prep. 5:30 left to go in the third quarter. The toss is up to Dembele, picked off by Josh Ingram.
Simmons will take it in. Should have took it there as.
Yeah, he made a man fall, and the pass sails out of bounds by David Caruso. Missed opportunity right there for the Falcons.
Yeah, that's a huge missed opportunity for St. Joe's. I mean, Simmons really had a layup there, and instead he passed it out to the corner to Caruso, and that ball went straight into the stands. I mean, can't make it up.
Jet Dobbs, guarded by Caruso on the press man. Finds an open man in Everton Brown. Everton Brown hits the three.
Brown has an offer from Bryant.
Yeah, averages around 9 points per game with that offer from Bryant. Josh Ingram going to chuck another one up. That's no good. Rebound by Dembele. Tyler Johnson now. Over to Brown, over to Grant. Grant the drive in, blocked by Williams. They're going to call a foul.
You know, that looked like a clean block by Williams and Tuck there.
It looked like it. It looked like they're going to call the foul on Tuck, actually. I think Williams did get the clean block, but Tuck maybe had some contact.
I think the breaking point there was Grant falling. Because it looks like he took a tough fall on that one.
Yeah. As Davey Caruso checks off, Amari Campbell will check in. This could be a 20-point lead for St. Benedict's with this next free throw. And it won't be. 19-point lead for the Gray Bees over the Falcons. 4:45 left to go in the third quarter. Simmons working it around. Ethan Simmons will go to the line for St. Joe's. And I think that's one of the main issues with St. Joe's, obviously the turnovers in the end of that first half, but also the fouls. St. Joe's has committed way more fouls and have not been drawing many in that first half and even now.
Another thing I noticed with St. Joe's on offense so far today is they're not getting much spacing. I mean, Simmons there really had to do everything and force a shot that he didn't really need to take, even though he drawed the foul.
And you can almost see it sometimes in Ethan Simmons' eye when he knows that there's not going to be anything open. He knows he's taking a shot no matter what kind of defense there is.
He has a great ability in making tough layups, so it's not always the wrong thing to do, even though he doesn't have anyone open. As he will make both free throws.
It's sort of my NBA comparison for Ethan Simmons. I like to give him. I'll give it right after the shot by Everton Brown.
He kind of reminds me of
back over to Brown. Three is no good for Brown. Rebound by Simmons. They're going to call a travel call on Ethan Simmons.
Someone who Simmons reminds me of is Auburn star Jamari Smith.
Yeah.
#1 overall prospect right now. I mean, he's lengthy, he can drive to the hoop, he has a great mid-range, and he can shoot. I mean, lots of similarities there.
An NBA comparison for both those guys, too, I would say, is a guy like DeMar DeRozan on the Chicago Bulls right now with that mid-range and that layup package. No foul call as Tyler Johnson can't make the layup. Passes over to Ethan Simmons. Ethan Simmons, the floater, no good. Grant lobs it up to Ty Johnson. Johnson gets up for the slam.
No one there. He just had a nice wide open area to shoot.
And Tyler R. Johnson talks a little bit of trash to the Falcon flock after that make. And Amari Campbell on the other side gets fouled on that fast break, so he'll go to the line for two. St. Joe's down 19, trying to make it 17. 3:57 on the clock. Gonna need pretty much a miracle now to come back in this game here at home. And those don't help. Missed free throw by Amari Campbell as Owen Griffin checks in for Anthony Williams.
So Ben, with 4 minutes remaining in the third, do you think St. Joe's maybe has any chance at coming back at all, down 19?
Yeah, I mean, like I just said, they're going to need a miracle. They're gonna, first off, that defense needs to toughen up. 49 points, both free throws, obviously no good.
Yeah.
That's not going to help. That defense needs to toughen up, and it doesn't right there. The slam by Dembele, that's what they can't stop. They can't stop the inside game. They've done pretty well against the three so far, but in terms of defense, that inside game, that post game, St. Joe's
was able to
really
give a nice, good comeback against Monroe, but this team is a lot better, a lot more polished, and a lot more better overall than Monroe. So this is a tough team to come back against.
There's 3 or 4 guys with offers right now as well on this team. Obviously, a team like Monroe doesn't have anything like that.
Yeah.
So completely different squads as St. Joe's is down 21 to St. Benedict's Prep. Campbell, that's going to be a hard foul on Dembele on Ethan Simmons.
Do you think a loss like this might have a bit of a momentum breaker going into the GMCs?
I don't think it will. I think Coach Jan kind of told his team, obviously you want to hype them up, never tell them they're going to lose. But I think he said, let's just play the best ball that we can. And a loss is a loss, a win is a win. This is not a GMC team, it's a prep school. They're not even in a conference in New Jersey. They have, obviously, these incredible recruits, so.
Yeah, they only really play national teams, teams from Pennsylvania,
Yeah,
New York,
Florida. Up too, IMG Academy, they're playing next week.
Yeah, and the Metro Classic. Even though that's in New Jersey, that's still
yeah,
very difficult. I mean, IMG has, basically their whole starting lineup is ranked in, the ESPN top 50.
Yeah. This is a team that's a powerhouse. And they're showing it right there. Another 3 good for Everton Brown.
As I mentioned before, St. Joe's probably won't see a team like this in the GMCs. Maybe St. Thomas, depending on the status on Jaquan Harris, their star player committed to Seton Hall, as St. Joe's forces another turnover. Aquinas will give them a run for their money. St. Joe's almost beat them last time without how many starters? 3?
It was 3 starters.
Maybe about 7 varsity players.
So I'm sure if we see a rematch of 2 fully healthy lineups, it could go a lot different for the Falcons in the GMC.
Colonia is also a very solid team that St. Joe's might have to go up against in the GMCs.
Yeah, it's really a top 2 and then a 3-4 in that GMC. The top 2 being St. Thomas Aquinas and St. Joe's, and then the 3-4 is going to be battled out between Colonia and Monroe.
This game is basically meaningless when it comes to the GMC, since it doesn't really count as anything except against like an out-of-conference team. So this won't hurt St. Joe's at all with their GMC ranking.
No, definitely not. Incredible spin move before by Tyler R. Johnson.
Yeah, he's special, man. As I mentioned before, he has 2 D1 offers so far and a few other interests.
The missed 3 by Josh Ingram. Dembele now going to work. Grant.
No one's stopping Dembele.
The height that they have on this team compared to St. Joe's, we should have known from the start that this is going to be a rough matchup, and obviously it has been.
The only person I see stopping Dembele is St. Joe's 7-footer on the bench.
Yeah, Scott Schmidt.
You got to put size on size.
We need Scott in there, man. Kwame Herod doesn't drop the 3-pointer right there. So checking in is going to be Ryan Williams for Omarion Jet Dobbs. Owen Griffin for 3. That's no good off the backboard.
Nothing
and out.
falling for St. Joe's. Ooh!
And they're going to say Dembele stepped out before pelting Griffin with that ball. And actually, that's Maurice Vassell for St. Benedict. Dembele has been on the bench for past like 30 or 40 seconds. As Josh Ingram is stripped.
Another steal.
Grant with the lay.
Thought he might put a one-hand slam there, but going with the safer option for the one-handed lay. As St. Joe's now will be down 60-32. Herod with the 3, and that will be off. Something we've seen a lot tonight for St. Joe's. Lots of missed shots.
There is absolutely nothing dropping right now. You almost feel like they're forcing up shots. But honestly, if you're Coach Jan in this situation, down 28 with 9.5 minutes of ball to play, I would start thinking about putting those backups in.
Get them some experience for the GMCs they might be needed. As Tyler Johnson with another crafty layup for the Bees. And St. Joe's will now be down by 30, which has been a huge turnaround game for Joe's.
He's been a Swiss Army knife for the Gray Bees right now. There is no stopping him when he's driving to the paint.
We haven't seen him shoot much, but, I mean, why shoot when you could just make incredible layups and just get all crafty with passing, dribbling. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, he does average 7 made threes a game in the 5 recorded games he has from NJ.com. So I'm sure he definitely does have that shot, but hasn't been taking it today, and he hasn't needed to. So Coach Jan still keeping all the starters in besides for Kwame Herod and Owen Griffin. Campbell, Simmon, and Ingram all remain in.
Harold missed a free throw there. St. Joe's just looks out of it. I mean, they look very disappointed. I mean, you can't blame them. I mean, they're going against a really tough team, but it's not just, they didn't show up.
Yeah,
looks like they weren't even ready.
Having a 7-point loss to this team last year, you never really expected to win, but you expected to put up a fight.
Yeah.
And down 30, in my books, I would not call that a fight.
And this
or
team,
a battle by
this
any
St.
means.
Joe's team this year is better than last year's team. As Ingram will miss another 3.
Stolen by Herod. Ethan Simmons. It's going to be an on-the-floor foul.
Simmons still being awfully quiet today.
Yeah, hasn't really done much for St. Joe's this whole game. Only 32 points for the entire team. And there really hasn't been a standout player for St. Joe's that I could really name right now.
No. I mean, you can go on for Benedict. I mean, Dembele, Johnson. I mean, they've really been the center of this team so far.
Yeah, even other guys like Everton, Brown, and Grant.
Grant's been playing really well.
Brown has 3 or 4 threes. Grant has around 12 points, I believe. So they've just been all over the court. St. Joe's just cannot keep up. Both free throws there for Ethan Simmons will be good, as they are in the bonus after that on the floor foul.
There will be 20 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Joe's down by 28 points. It looks like Johnson will dribble out and try to get a last-second shot.
Tyler Johnson, guarded by Herod. Johnson, hard foul by Ethan Simmons.
Looks like Simmons slapped him really hard in the wrist there.
We heard that
from
over
you
here
heard that,
in the corner. That was a really hard foul by Ethan Simmons. It's going to send Tyler Johnson to the line. I don't think it was intentional violence.
He's just trying to get a hands up. I mean, no one's stopping him so far, so why not put some hands up? Makes the
Johnson
first.
drains the first. 1.5 left on the clock in this third quarter. And he makes the second. Simmons heaves it up. Off the rim.
In.
Didn't look like he put too much power into that, but it got there somehow from the rim behind half court.
I mean, we've seen him do it before.
Yeah.
Perth Amboy, he half-court shot at halftime against St. Thomas.
So a rough first 3 quarters for St. Joe's. Obviously not much they could do now, down 30, 64 to 34. Just playing for pride now, and eventually they should be playing their backups just to rest those starters, get them ready for GMCs and protect them from any injuries possibly that they could suffer. And I'm also a bit surprised that St. Benedict's is keeping all of their starters, especially Tyler R. Johnson, in this late in the game with this type of lead.
I want to mention that Mark Taylor is an incredible coach. I mean, he and his stint at St. Joe's, he coached Jay Williams. Went to Duke, had a really bright future in the NBA until he had a really bad accident. But he was supposed to be like the face of the NBA, but still incredible what he did with him.
Yeah, Jay was that second overall pick. Going to be that dynamic duo with Michael Jordan, but unfortunately got in that motorcycle accident. But he will always be a legend at Duke and at St. Joe's. So St. Joe's down 64 to 34 to start off this fourth quarter. And it's a full starting lineup for St. Benedict's Prep. I wonder, what is the meaning of having this lineup? What is the effectiveness being up 30 and playing all your starters?
The stat sheet. Or, he just wants to show off against his old team, maybe.
I guess
Coach
so, yeah.
Taylor. I mean, at this point, I would just put in your bench players. You already have a really comfortable lead, and I don't see St. Joe's having any chance at coming back in this game.
No, there's no coming back now. That pass is going to fly over out on the benches by Tyler R. Johnson. That'll be a turnover for him. Kwame Herod working it over to Josh Ingram. Ingram can't get it to Simmons. Good hustle there by Herod, though. Kwame over Owen Griffin. Griffin, no foul call, possibly could have been.
Yeah, I'll just learn. Tell me anything if I need to learn.
Nah, yeah, I should have done that. My bad. I completely forgot.
Now you're good. Ingram with the ball. He puts up a shot, and he will airball as Herod goes for the rebound. It looks like he will be out of bounds.
Be a couple guys checking in for St. Joe's, Darren Tuck and Anthony Williams. So now it's a full lineup for St. Joe's, full starting lineup. Both these teams with all starting lineups.
Even down by 30, both teams haven't went through their bench yet. I mean, They really should for just some practice reasons. As Grant will have the ball and give it underneath. Grant working his way up top. Simmons with tough defense. Grant with the pass to the corner. The three. And that will be off. And Simmons looks like he will get the rebound as he will give it to Campbell. Campbell will take it up court. Gets shifty, but it looks like that will be a turnover on Campbell. And it will be Benedict's ball with 6 minutes left to go.
Oh, good steal there by Campbell.
Yeah. Looks like Benedict wasn't paying attention there. As Campbell will take it to the hoop again. Working his ways, gives it to Williams. And Dewambe will block it, but it looks like there will be a foul on the play. And Williams will shoot two.
Yeah, it looked like a clean block on the hand, but I think their elbows bumped, and that was forced Williams' hands back, so they'll send Williams to the line for two.
Williams also been very quiet tonight. This might be his first make of the day.
Yeah, it honestly might.
And he has missed the first free throw.
Williams is the fourth leading scorer on this St. Joe's team, averaging 7.5 points per game, had 8 points in their last game.
Just wanted to mention that poster he had against Monroe.
Yeah, that was something else.
As he will make the second free throw. And St. Joe's will go with a four-court press now. Trying to get somewhat back into this, even though it's over by now. Dewambe with the ball will give it to Grant at the top of the key. Grant working his way. Gives it up to Dewambe. Grant will put up the tough three, and that will be good.
What a shot there by Grant.
Looks like Coach Taylor's just letting Grant work his ways right now. As Simmons was the three, and that's good. Simmons from the corner.
So both these teams are hitting now, but
not at the right time.
A little too late for St. Joe's. And they're going to be a timeout by St. Benedict's. And
what do both coaches even say to their players right now? I mean, from both standpoints, what do you think coaches have to say?
I think Coach Taylor for St. Benedict is just saying, like, oh, good job, guys. This is exactly what we expected. Like,
yeah.
I'm not going to compliment you. I'm not going to diss you for anything you did today. Like, this is what we expected, and we got it done. And for St. Joe's, I'm really disappointed that they couldn't. If I'm Coach Jan, I'm disappointed that they couldn't find a way in that first half to break through that 2-3 zone defense. They must have had 11 or 12 turnovers caused just by that defense alone. And that's really what got them in this deficit and lost all their momentum. And that's why we're at the result we're at right now.
Interesting to see both teams still have their starters in right now.
Yeah, we have seen a few scouts here.
Yeah.
Like Old Dominion, Fairfield.
Tucson. Oh, not Tucson. Oh, yeah, Tucson. Wait. Yeah, wait. And the three will be good from Johnson. Nothing new there.
Yeah, it might have been his first three of the day, actually. He's been nothing but driving to the layup.
Nice make there by Campbell with the left-hand layup. St. Joe's now within 29. Number 4 will be in for the layup. That is good by a Marion Jet Dobb. And Simmons will take the ball up court. Working his way is a tough three, and that is good.
What a shot by Simmons.
Yeah. Simmons using his length to take an advantage there.
A little bit of that Jason Tatum sidestep three.
Dewambe will shoot the three from the corner, and that is off. But Johnson will get the rebound between three St. Joe's defenders. And it looks like that will be a jump. What are they calling there?
So it's going to be a foul called on St. Joe's.
It also looks like a timeout on the floor.
And that's a scary sight to see. You see a 6'9" center, Dembele, being confident shooting that three. Missed it right there, but you could tell that he's made some before.
Now in this day and age, every center can, if you're up there in the rankings like Lively, when we go back to him, he can shoot the three really well.
Guys like
Karl Anthony Towns, St. Joe's alum, shoots the three probably the best in the league for his size.
Yeah, guys like Dirk Nowitzki and Karl Anthony Towns probably revolutionized the game in that way. Again, big guys shoot the three, and now if you're a big guy that can't shoot the three, now it's
you got something to work on.
It's a huge negative in draft stock.
So I'm not surprised to see Dewambe shooting that right there. As Ingram will inbound it to Simmons with 4:22 left to go. St. Joe's down 74-43. St. Benedict's. Simmons gives it to Tuck underneath. Tuck working his ways, gives it to Simmons at the top of the key, and that's good. Simmons with 3 straight threes.
I mean, it's really great to see. I'm sure the scouts are loving it, but in terms of overall game, this came way too late from Nathan Simmons.
Simmons finding his groove, not at the right time, as there will be a miss on Johnson right there. Simmons gets the rebound, takes it up court. Simmons working his way underneath, and that is good. Simmons giving a little bit of momentum to St. Joe's with 3:45 left to go. As Grant will give it to Brown in the corner, and the 3 is good. Brown with a momentum killer 3 in the corner.
Brown has been lights out. That's his 5th 3 on the day.
Simmons with another 3, and that is good.
Goodness.
Simmons 4 for 4 with 3s in the last 2 minutes.
Ethan Simmons is lights out right now.
This college coach has got to be very impressed with this right now.
Oh, it's definitely really cool to watch.
Too bad he found out at the wrong time, though.
Who cares about the scoreboard, though, at this point? Let's just watch.
He's really just helping himself out, yeah.
Let's just watch Ethan Simmons go absolutely absurd in the Maglio Gymnasium right now.
And 3s like those wouldn't mean as much in a GMC game, maybe against like Perth Amboy or Piscataway, but against a powerhouse like St. Benedict's, making those tough 3s, as a college coach, I'd be really impressed with that.
Oh, definitely. And for Ethan Simmons, he can try and keep that going.
As Johnson gets shifty underneath. It looks like there'll be a 3-second violation on Johnson. And the flock is giving him some words there.
They're having a little bit of fun. They don't care about the scoreboard either. They're just trying to get in his head a little bit. But yeah, St. Joe's next game is home against South Brunswick this Thursday.
Yeah,
so
Simmons throws it into the middle of nowhere for a turnover.
If Simmons can keep this hot hand going, as Scott Schmidt will check in for Josh Ingram.
The flock is going crazy for Schmidt, as the 7-footer is in the game.
Scott Schmidt is towering over the 6'9" Dembele as he checks off, possibly out of fear, after looking at Scott Schmidt. And the game is never over when Scott is on the court.
And the flock is standing up for the first time in a while as Johnson dribble in the corner. DeCaro into the game. Grant with the ball. Brown with another 3, and he misses.
Oh, no. Scott lays out Khalid Brown there as they both try and go up for the rebound.
I think it was just a miscommunication there. It doesn't look like either of them made contact with each other.
Yeah, they just both went up for the rebound. Scott is just slightly bigger.
Now we're starting to see St. Joe's put in their subs as Magliacano, number 33, subs in. Scott Schmidt.
As well Jeremy DeCaro and Tim Sullivan as well.
DeCaro, the football star.
Scott with the block right there on the layup.
Ooh.
Oh, what a hard foul.
That will definitely be a foul there.
Yeah, an almost unnecessary foul there by Jalajon Grant, who is surprisingly still in this game. I don't know why. Unless they just don't have enough bench players. And just looking at the bench right now, I don't think they do. They did not bring a lot of guys on this road trip to Metuchen. So this might be their bench lineup with 2 starters in.
And Khalid will make the first free throw. As St. Joe's now will only be down by about
They'll be down 25,
20, yeah, 25.
Free throw.
Yeah.
2:27 on the clock. Cut you off there.
Yeah, you're good.
St. Joe's just playing for pride at this point. Playing for pride and playing for Scott.
Schmidt fighting his way with another big boy. Yeah, both bench players in for Benedict. Won't know the names, so I'll just give you guys a number analyst. So it looks like Brown is in the game, though, red hot from 3. And he will have to take the shoes of Tyler Johnson right now with 2:20 left to go. And Brown will dribble from half court. And Brown with another 3, and that is good.
He has been knocked down all game, and nothing is changing, even in the last couple minutes. That's his 6th 3 on the night, 6 for 7.
Brown looking for another offer tonight. as there are a lot of other coaches here that actually are in Bryant's division.
Yeah.
So they try to steal their player. We'll see what happens as Khalid works his way. Gives it to Caruso.
Scott Schmidt posting up.
Khalid working his way underneath. Passes out to Magliacano. Magliacano takes the mid-range. And that is good. Magliacano with his first points in the game coming off the bench. And St. Joe's now will only be down by still a lot, but
Yeah, Magliacano hasn't seen action in a
Brown
very
out to the
long
corner
time.
to number 13. 13 will airball it for Benedict, but number 44, the big man, will get the rebound.
And
You know,
they-
putting Schmidt in, number 44, is pretty matched with his size. As that will be a 3 there for Benedict from number 13 in the corner.
Yeah, he airballed that first one, but he comes back and drains the second one. Scott Schmidt
Scott Schmidt with the
with
ball.
the ball. Oh, he passed it away. Possibly an assist.
And Magliacano with the miss at the top of the key. Schmidt will put a hand up.
Good defense there by Scott.
And that'll be a
Sullivan. Bit of an odd Euro step there. He did a Euro
Yeah.
step fade away and nothing to it.
There'll be 35 seconds remaining. And that is another 3 for Benedict, number 24
Ryan Williams there.
from the top
St.
of the
Benedict.
right, the 3-point line. And that'll be a blowout win for the Benedicts and a really, really bad performance from St. Joe's. As Brown will get the steal. And he will throw
And
the alley-oop.
Alley-oop.
Just to shove it in St. Joe's face, showing no mercy. Magliacano will take it up court. Just going to dribble it out, showing good sportsmanship. And Sullivan will put up a 3. Be no good. And that will be game. St. Benedict's on top of St. Joe's, 86-54. And I got nothing else to say.